When Mortal Kombat returned to theaters in 2021, fans were left divided. The fights were brutal. The visuals were impressive, but something was missing. There was no real tournament. Fan-favorite characters barely had time to shine. And the movie's strange, arcana power system felt completely disconnected from the games people grew up loving. Now Mortal Kombat II has stepped into the arena, and this time, it finally feels like the franchise fans have been waiting for. From the very first moments, the sequel wastes no time throwing viewers straight into chaos. Earthrealm stands on the edge of destruction, as Lord Raiden gathers its greatest fighters for the long-awaited Mortal Kombat tournament against the terrifying forces of Outworld. But unlike the first film, the spotlight shifts away from newcomer Cole Young and lands on two legendary names every fan recognizes instantly: Johnny Cage and Kitana. Johnny Cage enters the story as a washed-up Hollywood actor whose glory days are far behind him. Beneath the jokes and arrogance is a man desperately trying to prove he still matters. Carl Urban plays him with the perfect mix of comedy and exhaustion, turning Johnny into far more than comic relief. Every fight becomes personal, because he's not just fighting monsters anymore, he's fighting the fear that his life has already peaked. At the same time, Kitana carries a completely different burden. She's driven by grief, rage, and revenge after the death of her father. Her journey slowly transforms her from a loyal warrior into someone ready to challenge the very throne of Outworld itself. By the end of the film, her brutal confrontation with Shao Kahn becomes one of the most satisfying moments in the entire movie. And speaking of Shao Kahn, Mortal Kombat II finally embraces the larger-than-life fantasy tone the series is famous for. The sequel leans hard into its ridiculousness: giant hammers, supernatural powers, over-the-top fatalities, and non-stop brutality, but somehow balances it all with real emotional stakes. Director Simon McQuoid described the approach as wanting everything to feel maximal, and that's exactly what the movie delivers. One of the biggest improvements is that the film actually gives fans the tournament they were promised years ago. Instead of endless setup, the story throws beloved fighters into deadly battles with real consequences. Characters like Liu Kang, Sonya Blade, Jax, and Scorpion all return, but this time the movie understands something important. Fans came to see Mortal Kombat legends act like Mortal Kombat legends. Even Baraka, a character many expected to be a background cameo, ends up stealing scenes with both brutal action and unexpected humor. According to writer Jeremy Slater, Baraka was one of his personal favorites, and honestly, it shows. The sequel also quietly fixes one of the first movie's most controversial mistakes: arcana. In the 2021 film, fighters gained strange magical powers through dragon markings, an idea many hardcore fans hated instantly. Mortal Kombat II barely even mentions it. Slater admitted the concept became the franchise's version of Star Wars midichlorians, an unnecessary explanation nobody asked for. Instead of doubling down, the sequel wisely moves on and lets the characters simply be who they are. But while the movie improves almost everything, it also leaves behind massive questions about the future of the franchise. The biggest mystery surrounds Liu Kang. After being defeated by Shao Kahn, Liu suddenly experiences some kind of spiritual awakening. His body bursts into flames, he disappears entirely, and his final words hint that he has discovered a greater purpose connected to Kung Lao. The movie never explains where he went, leaving fans wondering if Mortal Kombat III could transform Liu Kang into something far more powerful than we've ever seen before. Then there's the shocking death of several heroes, including Cole Young and Jax. But in true Mortal Kombat fashion, death may not mean much for long. The film ends with Kano capturing Quan Kai, the sinister Netherrealm sorcerer capable of resurrection. That single twist opens the door for fallen fighters to return, possibly darker, corrupted, or completely changed. And while Shao Kahn appears defeated, Mortal Kombat II spends a surprising amount of time teasing an even greater threat: Shinnok. Fans of the games already know Shinnok is one of the deadliest villains in Mortal Kombat history, and the mysterious amulet of Shinnok plays a huge role throughout the film. The filmmakers stopped short of confirming him as the next main villain, but they made one thing clear: his arrival is only a matter of time. The movie also hints at bigger plans for the Mortal Kombat universe itself. Writer Jeremy Slater openly talked about wanting spin-offs focused on characters like Scorpion, Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Sonya, and Jax. Imagine an entire movie centered only on Scorpion's revenge story, or a Deadly Alliance film following Shang Tsung and Quan Kai plotting together in secret. None of those projects are officially confirmed yet, but the ambition is clearly there. And perhaps that's the most surprising thing about Mortal Kombat II. For the first time, it feels like this franchise finally understands its own potential. Instead of being embarrassed by its weirdness, Mortal Kombat II fully embraces the madness. The violence,